Is this American safe? Safe? In this lesson, you'll learn about verbs and prepositions, and about neutral commenting.
This conversation takes place at work at the end of the shift.
And it's between Alex and June.
The speakers are co-workers, but Alex seems disconnected. June will be speaking professionally, but Alex will be speaking casually.
Let's listen to the conversation.
I'm so tired. I've worked so hard today.
Good for you. What did you get done?
I reorganized the filing cabinet. It took me all day.
What filing cabinet?
The silver one that's under the cash register.
You mean the safe?
I don't know. It had one of those dials in the middle of the door.
You're telling me you confused a filing cabinet with a safe?
There's a difference?
Alex, you impress me. Just thought you should know.
Thanks.
I'm curious. How did you open it?
I attribute it to my parents having a filing cabinet like that.
It's a safe, Alex.
Okay then, a safe. They always packed it with things they didn't want me to touch. It provided me with a lot of practice picking locks.
Wow, that makes me very nervous. Did you take anything out?
No, I did take a glance at the magazines, but there wasn't much else in there.
I'm lost as to why there were magazines in the store safe. But if there was hardly anything in it, why did it take you so long to organize?
Okay, so it seems that Alex is a bit confused about how things work at the store, right?
Yeah.
This is actually kind of based on a true story, but it wasn't me, by the way.
You're not Alex.
I'm not Alex.
All right. Good for you.
But what we wanted to talk about here is something called neutral commenting.
An important technique for conversation at the workplace is neutral commenting. This is when you comment on someone else's statement in a neutral manner in order to avoid confrontation, encourage conversation, promote friendship, or avoid direct conflict.
For example, one of your coworkers spends a considerable amount of time explaining to you why purple is the best hair color. You are not convinced by her argument, but also don't really care. A good phrase in a situation like this is,
I see what you mean. This is a neutral comment. You are not committed to agreeing with your coworker, but you're also not disagreeing with your coworker.
Some other useful neutral comments are, that's interesting, or I never thought about it that way before.
Or, I get your point.
Let's take a look at the vocabulary for this lesson. The first word we'll see is
Reorganized.
change the way in which something is organized.
Reorganized. Reorganized.
Our next word is
Safe.
metal container where valuables, money, are kept.
Safe. Safe.
Next is
Dial.
a circular object used to make incremental adjustments to a larger mechanism.
Dial. Dial.
Next we have
Combinations.
a joining or merging of different parts or qualities.
Combinations. Combinations.
Next is
Glance.
take a brief or hurried look.
Glance. Glance.
Our next word is
Organize.
arrange into a structure.
Organize. Organize.
Next is
Pack.
cram a large number of things into.
Pack. Pack.
Next,
Lock.
a mechanism for keeping a door, lid, etc. fastened, typically operated only by a key of a particular form.
Lock. Lock.
And our last word is
Pick.
open a lock with an instrument other than the proper key.
Pick a lock. Pick a lock.
Let's have a closer look at the usage for some of the words and phrases from this lesson.
In the dialogue, we heard the phrase filing cabinet.
If you've ever worked in an office context, you will know what a filing cabinet is. If you haven't, then it's a tall metal cabinet where you put files. That isn't particularly complicated. However, apparently Alex had a difficult time distinguishing it, a filing cabinet, from a safe. So could you break this down for us?
Filing cabinet.
And one time fast?
Filing cabinet.
Perfect. What's next?
Our next phrase is cash register.
A cash register is a machine that registers the inflow and outflow of cash within a store. Depending on the size of the store, there could be one or multiple cash registers.
Most cash registers are standardized with a simple computer on the top to detail the inflow and outflow of merchandise and a drawer underneath where the money is kept.
Could you break this down for us?
Cash register.
And one time fast.
Cash register.
Excellent. Let's take a look at the grammar point. So Barbara, what's the focus of this lesson?
The focus of this lesson is verbs and prepositions, part 4.
In the dialogue, we heard the phrase,
I attribute it to my parents having a filing cabinet like that.
This lesson is set up as a reference lesson. We've gathered together a list of over 100 verb-preposition combinations and put them together in a series. This is part 4 in that series.
These are not phrasal verbs. However, they are verb-preposition combinations that are frequently used, and maybe in the next 50 years, some of these might become phrasal verbs.
We have quite a few of these, so we're going to go through them with minimal explanation.
First, let's look at verbs that are frequently used with the preposition to. First, to answer to someone. For example, I answer to Miss Smith.
Second, to appeal to someone. For example, let me appeal to you for your help in this matter.
Third, to apply oneself to doing something. For example, I think you should apply yourself more at work.
Fourth, to apply to something. For example, he applied glue to the board.
Fifth, to attend to something. For example, Chris attended to doing the grocery shopping.
Sixth, to attribute something to someone. For example, Professor Sampson attributes this painting to Leonardo.
Next, we'll look at verbs that are frequently used with the preposition with. First, to acquaint someone with something. For example, I acquainted Mary with French cuisine.
Second, to associate something with doing someone. For example, Susan associates chocolate with childhood.
Third, to be faced with doing something. For example, she's faced with working overtime this weekend.
Fourth, to charge someone with doing something. For example, the officer charged Mr. Smith with blackmail.
Fifth, to clutter with something. For example, the office was cluttered with paper.
Sixth, to coincide with something. For example, my birthday coincides with a national holiday.
Seventh, to collide with something. For example, the car collided with a truck and blocked traffic.
That just about does it for today. Have a great week.
Bye.
I'm so tired. I've worked so hard today.
Good for you. What did you get done?
I reorganized the filing cabinet. It took me all day.
What filing cabinet?
The silver one that's under the cash register.
You mean the safe?
I don't know. It had one of those dials in the middle of the door.
You're telling me you confused a filing cabinet with a safe?
There's a difference?
Alex, you impress me. Just thought you should know.
Thanks.
I'm curious. How did you open it?
I attribute it to my parents having a filing cabinet like that.
It's a safe, Alex.
Okay then, a safe. They always packed it with things they didn't want me to touch. It provided me with a lot of practice picking locks.
Wow, that makes me very nervous. Did you take anything out?
No, I did take a glance at the magazines, but there wasn't much else in there.
I'm lost as to why there were magazines in the store safe. But if there was hardly anything in it, why did it take you so long to organize?
Thank you.